Mr. Kaz Go is today with us representing Japan in MedTech World Singapore 2025. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
One of the topics that you mentioned today
Right.
in your keynote was the challenges
Yes,
that
yes.
MedTech and life sciences
Yeah,
is facing
yeah,
in Japan. So
yeah.
let's talk about it.
Sure. So the uniqueness of the Japanese market is that the healthcare is basically funded by the government's healthcare insurance with universal coverage, and because it's publicly funded, there's a limitation of the budget. And on the other hand, with the aging population, the healthcare need is exploding. So that means that there's a budget constraint, there's a challenge for pricing, etc. So the revenues for medtech companies in Japan is not proportionally increasing with the aging or the healthcare needs. So that is going to be a big challenge for the medtech companies.
What the industry and from your role are doing to work and enhance this
Yeah.
Japan ecosystem, which has a lot of potential as
Right,
well.
right. Well, so I guess that like the top companies such as Olympus, Terumo, Sysmex, Fujifilm, they are global companies, right? So they are they're less affected by the challenges with the domestic market because their portion of the Japan is small, but smaller companies are predominantly a domestic companies, so they are facing directly
Yeah.
with the challenge. So they're trying to reduce the costs, or some of them are going to countries like China for production to reduce costs. But to the extent that we see, there is no like a magic solution to solve this problem. So I think for smaller companies, they need to go out of Japan, go into Asia because their technologies are good, right? So they need to expand into Asia or US or
Yeah.
other markets.
The current landscape in Japan is very special as well. 'Cause it's very international.
Right.
So let's talk about it. You
Yeah,
mentioned
sure.
US, you mentioned
Yeah, yeah,
Japan.
yeah, yeah. So all the major global US and European medtech companies are present in Japan, and their presence is actually increasing. Right, so there's the Stryker and Medtronics and all the players because their products are more innovative, and also the Japanese companies are good at like imaging or diagnostics, but when it comes to therapeutics, the US and European companies are far more advanced. So yeah, they're growing, they're doing well, performing well, and yeah, their market presence is getting bigger and bigger.
And last but not least, what are the advices that you would give to companies that are in Japan and
Yeah.
want to explore
Ah.
the rest of the region?
The foreign companies, right? So the Japanese regulatory environment is not so straightforward. It's actually very complex. As I spoke this morning, you need like 5 different licenses to do medtech businesses in Japan. And on top of that, for the reimbursement, insurance reimbursement, there are many different categories. There are many different ways for reimbursement. So you need a lot of time, a lot of costs, a lot of patience to be able to, obtain clear all the regulatory aspects of the business, and then you need good partner, right, to understand the dynamics and penetrate into the market. Successful companies have done good partnership. So my advice would be to be patient, spend time, and make some investments, and find a local good partner.
And to close this conversation, what was your experience from today's event? Why events like
Ah.
this are important for the ecosystem?
Well, I think today's event was good in the sense that I guess this is a multi-country event, and also healthcare is a common kind of a common challenge, common theme, common issue for the Asian countries across the board. And there are a lot of movements across countries in Asia, right? A lot of Japanese companies are coming to Asia, and we're seeing some Chinese and other like Korean companies are coming into Japan. So I think through this event, I met a lot of people and learned a lot of new things, new movements, and that we do a specifically M&A support. Yeah, we met a lot of investors and the potential target companies. So it was yeah, I think it's a great networking and learning experience for me.
Indeed. Thank you very much again
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank
with
you.
us. I hope to see you in another MedTech World event.
Thank you.